today we are going to be diamond painting together and also chatting a little bit. So get out your WIP or your work in progress and let's get started. Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today I am going to be working on my Dragon Seasons, and this is by Emma Casey from Enabler's Outpost. And I don't always use release paper, but I thought on this one it's going to work out better for me because my rows will be all the same. And I counted the number of rows that I think are in this painting. And so I know about how many rows I need to do per week, or how many sections I need to do per week in order to have this finished in 5 to 6 months. So I'm working on this section here today. It's going to be a lot of color blocking, which is really nice. What you guys are seeing on here, what you can see just a little bit of, is the end of the spring section. And I am about to start on the summer, which is really good because I am moving forward. I am counting each of these panels as a finish. So I'm going to count spring as a finish. And I just finished it, so that's going to be counted in the month of June. I did show this on my month in review for May, and I showed it and I said that the dragon had a cute purse. And I started looking at it and I thought, that's a funny looking purse, but it's really cute. And then Emma Casey, who is the artist, so graciously commented, that's a watering can. And I'm like, oh, I feel really silly. Yes, that is a watering can because that is the spout that I couldn't figure out what it was. And I was looking right up on top of it. So yeah, that definitely makes sense that that is a watering can. So I wanted everyone to know that if you go and you look at my WIPs and you're thinking, that's not a purse. No, it's not a purse. It is a watering can. But anyway, I am using this one still. This is the spring edition. And this matches the canvas. And this is from Bijou Bliss, and I did order the summer. It has not come in yet, and that one's going to be a lot of fun. This one just has a magnet top, and it just slides right on, which makes it nice. It does have a magnetic spout. I never keep the spouts on here. I just keep them off, but it just slides right on, so that's really nice. I can keep up with it a lot easier using this gorgeous pen today. So let's get started. And again, there's a lot of color blocking here, so I'm going to try to talk into multi-place, which I don't always do a really good job on, but we're going to see how it goes today. I'm going to go ahead first of all and just start on the colors that are not color blocky. And that's going to be this really pretty blue. And what I'm working on is like in between the summer and the spring. And then the next row will definitely start in on the summer dragon. You're going to be seeing this sideways unless I can get it turned around. I am not sure if that's going to work or not because of how I am working on this on my table. Because this is a large one. It is a 50 by 235 centimeters. It is the largest one that I've ever done. And I have finished some really large canvases, but this will be my largest one. It will probably always be my largest one. I don't think I will go any higher than 235 centimeters because that's a lot. But I'm really glad that there's a lot of color blocking in here. That makes it super duper nice. If you are not familiar with what some of these terms are, color blocking is where you have a lot of the same color in a small space. And if you wanted to, you can use a multi-placer. You don't have to, obviously. You can still single place everything. Sometimes I just decide I don't want to multi-place. I just like listening to the pop of the single place. And so that's what I'll do. But on this one, I am definitely going to multi-place or I will never get this finished. And my husband and I have a challenge going that I will not have this finished before May the 1st of 2025. And so I plan on having this finished this year. And I can work on it quite a bit more now because I finished my Josephine wall. My diamond painting Josephine wall, Fly Me to the Moon from Diamond Painting Deutschland. And I've been working on that one off and on for a year. And I finished it just in time to, I still have a bunch of X's there. Of course, I just missed all of those. I finished it just in time for the end of our event, which was Josephine Wall event. And that was so much fun. Thanks to all of you that participated. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors. We definitely had some amazing sponsors this year. I do plan on doing this again next year. So if you would like to participate, again, just put what you worked on up if you want to, because you do not have to have a start or a finish. Now I'm going to get, let's see, I'm going to get this one. First of all, before I start blabbering around along here, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. That's one of the first things I always want to ask. I do not want to be that person and forget to ask you how you're doing. And if you're working on anything, I always like to ask. I'm always curious. I'm nosy that way of what everybody is working on. And if you finished anything, how was your June? We hadn't even gone to June. How was your May? Gosh, it's really early today. Let's see. How was your May? Did you get everything accomplished that you wanted to? I feel very good about what I have gotten done in May. I was rather pleased, to say the least, that I did finish the Josephine wall, because that's one of the ones that has been in my stash, like I said, for a year. Well, just in my stash, kitted up, and I've worked on as a WIP for a year. I've had it in my stash much, much longer than that. So it was really nice to have an accomplishment that I could really say that I definitely was glad to finish. Although I love Diamond Painting Deutschland, I obviously love J-Wall, but it was just nice to have such a large canvas finished. That one was 65 by 95, I believe. And it wasn't that it was so large. It did have 220 colors. I knew where all of the colors were, which was really nice, especially working on it for a year. I didn't have to really look and hunt down because of the way that I kitted it up. It worked out perfect for me, which it took me a little while to decide what was the best way for me to kit up such a massive project. I may have to get another glue dot. I was hoping I wouldn't have to, but it's not holding my singles very well. This happens every single time. I should put a glue dot on, I guess, the day before, so that way my glue dot will be dirty enough to where it's not just holding on and adhering to my drills, but that at least it's not a new one. I'm probably going to have to, but most of this I'm going to be multi-placing anyway. I have just a couple here that I thought I'll just go ahead and single because there's not that many over here. But I am going to be working on this one more now. So since I finished that one, that I've been working on the Josephine wall for the good month of April and May. So I now have that freed up to where I can work on something else, and that's going to be super nice. And I think that something else is going to be primarily this one. I am working on a couple of others, one that I work on only at night, and I just finished that one last night actually. So I am going to take another one out when we are sitting outside. I think that one's going to be the calming canvas designs that I have been working on a little bit with you guys on my WIP and chats. And this one just happened to be on my table, so I thought, why not? It's already here. There's not any point in having to take this one off and replace it with something else. So I think that I will have this one for the most part for our WIP and chats until it's finished. Thought that might be kind of cool for you guys. You might like seeing how far I've gotten or how far I haven't gotten for that week. So we will see if I am on the actual summer one. I keep on saying fall. I don't know why, because the next one is clearly summer. By next week, I should have my tray in for summer, so that will be really cool. I did not order the pins for spring or summer that go with the kit because I have other pins that match, and I don't really want to have to order. I don't want to order 4 pins, which, I could have ordered one and use that same one because it does look like dragon scales. And I may go ahead and order the summer pin. I'm not sure yet. I don't always order pins or trays to match. I just usually don't do that. But I thought this one would be really cute because it is definitely a long-term project. I am going to be working unofficially on a diamond painting for June that is actually for an event, and that's just called June Waffle. And I'm actually working on I'm trying to make sure this is straight. Yes, that's good. Okay. I'm actually going to be working on paint gem kits for the June Waffle. That is hosted by Rebecca at Add More Zest. I'm doing that unofficially. I'm not going to put in for prizes or anything like that. But she has what she calls a June Waffle, if you haven't heard of that one, and you just work on either a section a day of a painting so that you can finish it by the end of June, or you just commit to working on something a day. And she does WIP and chats or she calls them WIP and waffles, every day in the month of June. So I thought, I need to get some of my paint gems done, and I am going to be working on those, which I think is super nice because I need to have a finish. And it's not really that I have to have a finish. I need to have a finish for my peace of mind, because if I'm working on this one, and then I do have a couple others, like I said, I'm working on the calming canvas designs outside. I have another larger canvas that I'm working on, and that's Art and Soul. And I've just gotten just a little bit of that one done, but I'm trying to get a section or 2 done, if at all possible, a week. And then once I do get the calming canvas finished, then that one will have more time. I'm honestly starting to get a little overwhelmed working on too many at one time. I enjoy having multiple on the go diamond paintings. I do like switching from rounds to squares, and that just gives me a little bit of a variety. Well, right now, all of the diamond paintings that I am currently working on are rounds. So I would like to also have squares, and the Paint Gem Minis are perfect because they are squares. They don't take up that much time, and I can do one a day and just have more than one box, because the one that I'm working on, which I thought was kind of cool, is Museum Edition. And the Museum Edition will count towards Summer with the Masters. Now, again, I am not doing that officially, and I don't want the pressure of events this year. So I'm not doing anything officially. If I happen to be working on something or plan to work on something that will work for an event, then I will unofficially participate. So I am doing that one. I think it has 12 in it. And then I will just pick another kit that I've already kitted up that is for Paint Gem Minis to complete the month. And that way I can also participate in Summer with the Masters on that. And then also I can participate with the June Waffle. So I thought that would be kind of fun. I would love to participate with DP for Pets. And that is hosted by Diamond Painting Anonymous Daphne. But I'm not working on a kit that has a pet or an animal. I mean, this one has a dragon. I guess I could count that. Just say, yeah, I'm working on DP for Pets. I'd like to have a dragon as a pet. And I guess that could be something that I could just say that I'm doing. And that way I could just put this down as that I'm working. So that way, just, give some support to everybody. Not that any of those ladies need it, but I thought that would be kind of fun. And that would definitely be unique to say I can do this for DP for Pets. But who wouldn't want a dragon for a pet? Especially this one with a watering can, aka purse. I guess you can have a watering can purse, maybe. That would be kind of odd. So I don't know. But I know there's so many events going on. I was looking at the event calendar, and it's just crazy that there are so many that are going on for the summer, really, till the rest of the year even. I hope that I will have a kit that I'm working on in September that would work for Drills and Chills. And I'm sure that I will, because by then I will be ready to work on a fall kit. So that would work, or even, Halloween would work. There's one in July that is Christmas in July. And I want to get back to working on my White Christmas, because I want that one done before Christmas so I can hang it up just for the Christmas season. So I may consider pulling that one out of my WIPs and work on that one in July if I can get something else done. That's a challenge. I don't know if my Calming Canvas will be done. And White Christmas is rather large, so I don't think that's one that I can take outside and work on. And for those of you that are new, my husband and I like to sit outside. We don't watch TV hardly at all in the summer unless it's raining. We do record a lot of shows and things, so we have plenty to watch in the fall, so we'll just record it and we'll watch either on a rainy day or in the fall. But for the most part, after dinner, after the kitchen is cleaned up, we're settled for the evening, we sit outside, and my husband has built this little area that's a covered porch. It's not ideal. It's not what we wanted. We wanted it a screened-in porch on our deck, but it was going to be way too expensive. And so he bought this little, it's like a gazebo kind of, but it's just a little screened-in patio that you just put together. But my husband doesn't do anything directly out of the box, so he added quite a bit. And so it's been really nice to have that. The next time that we move, which will be the last time that we move, we are going to make sure the house has a screened-in porch, or that it can easily be screened in. It's not going to cost $30,000. And if not, then we're going to not buy the house. We've already committed to that. Well, it doesn't matter how much we love a house. If we cannot get a screened-in porch, then we do not want it. Of course, that may change whenever we decide to move, but we just love sitting outside. It's just really nice in the evenings. Although it was a little hot last night, so the humidity is starting to really come into play. But I will sit outside until dark, which is really close to 9 o'clock, and that's when we go to bed. But I will just sit and diamond paint, talk to him. We'll have a glass of wine. He has beer. And Paige is in the house watching TV. She has no desire to sit outside. But we just enjoy doing that. And I enjoy taking a small-ish diamond painting. And I usually will take only a round because I use a little lap tray. And for some reason, I just don't do as well on the squares on that lap tray as I do with rounds. I just cannot get them lined up properly, and it just doesn't look good. So I've decided that I will just do rounds and not do necessarily a larger canvas out there. But I think the calming canvas is just, it's a little bigger than what I have done recently, but I think it'll be fine. So I can roll it up on the sections that I'm not working on. Right now I need to get another color. Let's see. Oh, wow. This is going to be nice. All of this through here is the same. And I may have to fill my bottles. That is Molly sneezing. So she was just finishing her food. It is early in the morning. Usually if I can do my videos in the afternoon, it's a lot better because Molly is not, she's either outside or she's taking a nap. In the mornings, it's hit or miss if she wants to play or to constantly go outside, which I think is what she's telling me now. Let's see. I really do miss doing events, but I had gotten to where over the past couple of years, I was doing so many events I didn't finish. So I would go from one event to the next, and then I would put my diamond paintings on a table and just leave them and not get back to them because, it's time for another event. So maybe whenever I get caught up on all of my WIPs, I will be able to get back into the swing of things and have just a couple of events, a couple more next year that I really want to do, but I'm going to have to start being more selective because I don't want to get to where I have excessive WIPs that are just laying around. I would like to go ahead and get them finished, because once I put something aside, for me, I kind of forget about it and then don't even think about going back to it. And then it'll sit there for a long time until I look at my WIPs and think, yeah, that'll be good to work on for this event or for something different, or, whatever the case may be. So I really need to just be a little more selective in what I decide that I want to do, which is easier for me said than done, but I am trying. I did put underneath my Facebook group for both the Josephine Wall Facebook group event and then also for the Crafty Diamond. And then I also put an announcement up on my channel that I am destashing. It's approximately 30 kits. I have not taken the pictures yet. I just have not had time, but I have had some sales, so thank you very much for that. And the only reason why I'm selling them, there's nothing wrong with any of the kits. Some haven't even been unboxed, but I have well over 150 kits, and at my rate, I only complete around 25-ish a year. Every year I try to complete just a couple more than I did the year before. And I don't know if I'm going to make it this year just because of all the larger kits that I'm doing. And that's fine too, because they need to be done just as much as the smaller ones. But, I'm not exactly young. And I plan on living for a long time, but I don't think I'm going to have enough time in my lifetime to finish 150 kits. In addition to me buying more, I have really slowed down on the kits that I have been purchasing. So that is definitely a plus for me. But I'm still going to buy kits. I am not going to be able to, I could if I wanted to. I shouldn't say I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to just not buy kits. If I see something that I really like and I want to work on, then I am going to buy it, but it's only if I'm really wanting to work on it, if I'm going to be sad that that particular kit is discontinued, then I will think about purchasing it, or I'll put it in my wish list, and then I will wait a week or so, and then if I just keep going back to it, looking at it, and decide I want to get it, then I will. But a lot of my kits are older, and a lot of them I've even kind of forgotten about, to be honest. So if you're interested in purchasing some kits, some are discontinued. Some may still be on the websites, but my prices are either comparable or most of them are less than what is on websites. I am not trying to earn money on it. I'm just trying to recoup some of the money that I paid for my kits. I'm not one of those that wants to gouge you, which I have seen. I just happened to go on Facebook Marketplace. I'm looking at selling some furniture in my craft room, and there's some people that are selling some of the Hannah Lynn kits for over $200 that are from Diamond Art Club, since they are no longer licensed with Diamond Art Club. And I thought, that is absolutely nuts. And people are actually buying them. Like, that is so much money. And I just couldn't do that. I could not do that in all good consciousness to be able to try to gouge somebody who really wants a painting but is willing to pay $250 for it. Now, I guess that is their business. If they're willing to pay $250, then, you know, go for it. But I just don't. That's just not me to want to have somebody pay that much. I mean, it'd be nice, I guess. Definitely nice having some extra money, but I'm not doing it for that. And no, I'm not selling any of my Hannah Lynn's. They are all keepers. And speaking of Hannah Lynn, Art and Soul announced yesterday that they are going to have all of the Hannah Lynn's. They are pretty much going to have, the way I understand it, exclusive access to Hannah Lynn's. And I really like Art and Soul. The owners there are all just super sweet. And they do an amazing job. And to be a fairly new company, that is incredible to see all of the different artists that they're getting. So I am definitely looking forward to ordering more from them. I have the one that was gifted to me, and that's the one that I am working on now. And it has quite a bit of confetti, but I am not sad because that one is an owl, and it is so pretty. I don't know when that one will be finished because I am working on that one in between this one and then also Calming Canvas. And I have not decided yet what I'm going to take to the Great Lakes Retreat. I'm going back and forth. Do I want to take a smaller painting that I have that I haven't even unboxed yet? And I can take that one. And if I do, I already know which container I'm going to use to kit up, and hoping that it will not spill out in my suitcase. That'll be bad. But I'm either going to do that or I'm going to take the Calming Canvas because it is smaller than the Art and Soul. And I might be able to get it finished at the retreat. But that takes up some space in my suitcase, and I need that real estate for what I bring home in my swag bags, if I buy anything. And I really want to have that extra space. And also we will get, or they always have, I don't know if we'll get one this year, I'm assuming yes, but they have a diamond painting that we get. I thought it would be something really small. Last year was my first year that I went, and it was a good size diamond painting. So I don't know about taking something a little bit larger. We'll just have to see. I'm just waiting until it gets a little bit closer, and then I can decide. But it would be nice to take something I've already started working on and I could possibly finish. So I don't know yet. If you're going to the Great Lakes Retreat, let me know. I would love to meet up with you while we're there. Definitely am looking forward to it. It's getting closer. We already have our roommates. That's all set up. And we already have our car situation. Last year I was kind of worried about what I was going to do, and then worked that out pretty quickly towards the end. But this time my roomie is renting a car, and then it's going to be 3 of us that will be riding to the retreat from the airport. And so that makes it nice. We can divide out the expense. That one does not want to let go. There it goes. And I did not mention I am using Joy's putty today. Guess I should have mentioned that. I did not mention I really like her putty, and you can order that directly through her and her Facebook. Her putty is really good, especially for ABs. I don't have any ABs in this section, but there's ABs in this kit, as well as it's pixie dust. I never can remember what each company calls it. They may call theirs sparkle dust, but it is a good thing that I have my own craft room and that I'm in the basement, because I can kind of just spread everything out. And right now my craft room is crazy because I've taken all of my diamond paintings off of, I have a shelf that my husband built for me in the basement. A lot of them haven't even been opened. And I am going to open Diamond Art Clubs and put the small stickers at the end of my boxes so I know what I have. I think that's going to be very helpful for me. And the ones that are from other companies that have their diamond paintings on the end of the box, then that will be helpful. I won't have to open those. The others, I'm either going to take a picture and then just print it out and put it on the box, which is what I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do. And I've heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but that Diamond Art Club is changing what they're sending and even their boxes. And so I don't know if they're still going to have the small sticker or just a large sticker and not a small one. But I really like the small stickers, so I hope that we still get those. I have not bought a new Diamond Art Club in a while, so I don't know what, even the perforations, the one that has a perforated paper, I have not even done one of those yet. I'm trying to do a variety this year and really want to hone in on small shop hauls or small shops. And I will be doing less Diamond Art Club because of that. And that's the majority that's in my stash. So I probably need to just space it out some. I'm going to scoot this one over. Probably need to space it out some to where I'm working on some Diamond Art Clubs as well as other ones. So that way I can definitely reduce my stash. I've ordered a couple of paintings from Orloa recently. And I've ordered a painting from Art and Soul. There's several that I would like to have from them, but in order for me to be able to purchase other diamond paintings, I've got to finish one and then I can purchase. So that is my motivation for me. But I finished one and I ordered 3, so I don't think that's a very good motivator. I have really been on an organization and a de-stash kick right now. And I do this a lot of times in the summer, but also I keep thinking I'm not using a lot of things in my craft room. There's not any point in keeping them. Let someone else have the joy. Because there are certain things I have in my craft room, I know I'm never going to do it again. So it's like spread the joy for somebody else. I did sell some things, which was nice. Of course, when you sell, you never get your money's back, your money's worth out of it. But I went ahead and took care of a lot of that, gave some things to a shop that has special needs workers, employees, and they sell a lot of, used items, and they make a little bit of money. Probably enough to keep the little shop open, but it's a nonprofit, and so I like doing that. Instead of, I don't throw things away unless it's just not worth keeping. But a lot of my stamps I did give away, especially my stamps that have the wood blocks. I'm not keeping any of those. I only keep my stamps that I'm going to be using for my cards. Let's see. I am really trying to multi-place and talk. I'm actually not doing half bad with it. I may need to straighten some of these up. Not using a light pad today either, which that probably would have helped. But these drills are so clear, so easy to read, that I really don't need to have a light pad necessarily. The one with the diamond art, for those of you that have purchased their black and white canvases for Josephine Wall, they have come out with what I call some upgrades. I don't know if it is an upgrade or if, because they are giving you options, but there's a lot of us, me included, in that part of us, that cannot diamond paint their black and white canvases. I get a massive headache. I don't know, I'm assuming that it's eye strain, but I'm getting a massive headache whenever I just sit down for a very short time. So I ended up giving mine away. But it's really cool how I did it, because I gave it to one of the schools I work for, and they put it in their art room, and so anybody can come in before their class, or if there's not any class in the art lab, then they can go in and they can sit down and diamond paint that black and white canvas. And so we have all of the drills there, and we have some of the plastic pens. I wasn't about to leave any good pens for them. Some plastic, the little pens, that comes with kits. I always keep those because I give those to the schools. And then they have the trays, all the things you get with kits. And so I went ahead, left that, and they are loving it, and it's looking good. I'm going to be really curious to see when it's done, or as it progresses, how well that they have done it. If it's going to look really funny, because there's a lot of students, and I was surprised, but there's a lot that has taken interest in it. And there's some that come in, they check it every day, and then they get mad if they see that there is a drill that's down that wasn't straight enough, or they could clearly tell that, it wasn't a good drill. And so they're putting messages up and telling everybody, if you're going to work on diamond painting, then make sure that you're doing a really good job. This is a art project. We're really proud of it. They want to put it in the art room whenever it's done. So it makes me feel good that I was able to give it to a group that's really going to enjoy it, because I hated that I couldn't do it, but I just couldn't. And so that leads me to their new revisions. And so they have offered now, if you want your canvas in color, you can request color, or if you want black and white, you can request black and white. I have not looked. I have no idea if it cost more between one or the other. And they also have stickers now, which they didn't have stickers before either. And making my own stickers, I mean, I can do it, but it took a long time because of my lovely printer kept acting up. But I am really excited when I am ready to purchase my next Josephine wall. I am definitely going to purchase one. I'm going to purchase a color version and see how that is, because I like the canvases. I really liked the actual, you know, the rendering was good, the sticky was good, everything was good, except I just could not see some of the drills. Even using a light pad, the black and white was just too much. I just could not do it. So I'm really curious if any of you have purchased a color canvas from them that is Josephine Wall. I would love to hear your thoughts. Some of these are not coming off. Love to hear your thoughts on that. I'm not going to purchase one immediately just because I have already purchased some and some kits, so I'm waiting. I'll have to wait until I finish something else, which really doesn't make sense because I finish something, can mark that off, and then I add something. So that doesn't make much sense, but it's not that I'm really trying to do some heavy destashing on my canvases. It's just the fact that I don't want to wake up one day and have 250 canvases. 100 is more than what I should have. More than 100 is just, it's more than I ever thought that I would have at one time. But I have the space for it, so that is also important. If I didn't have the space, that would be even worse. But I do have the space, but when we do decide to move, we're going to downsize, and downsizing I don't think is going to be very advantageous if I have all these diamond paintings. Trying to see where I can put this one. I don't know what's on that drill. I think a little piece of wax. I can take that off. I have to get my tweezers. I need to get my nails done. I say that every week. And then another week passes, and guess what? Didn't get my nails done. I just don't want to take time for it. When I have extra time, I am downstairs in my craft room, and I'm either making cards or diamond painting. So I really don't do anything else. Okay, these are just a couple here. I'm just filling these in. This one's kind of a boring square section to be doing with you guys, but that was the next one, so that's where I wanted to go. Let's see. I will be doing a video on Thursday. That's going to be the second part of my Josephine Wall destash. I really need to get that done. So you'll see that on Thursday, and I'm going to do the entire portion of it. So if it takes longer, I'm going to go ahead and do a longer video. And I put a question out there last week, and I've had several that have told me that they are happy with longer videos and they would like a longer video. So that one was around an hour and 25 minutes for part one. And so on this next one, I am just going to work on it until I have the drills put up. So it could definitely be a long one. I have started on it. Have not even gotten close to finishing. So you'll see that. Hopefully it will be out on Thursday. I'm hoping I'll have that one ready by then. If not, I'll have something else on Thursday, but I think it'll be ready. And then on Saturday, I might have, and I cannot guarantee this, but I am looking at either this week or next week. I am going to have a massive cross stitch conversion. I'm kind of itching to get back to that project, and I have a lot of comments I can share with you guys. On that one, I like to read the comments from my different WIP and chats, and I usually go over a month or so in between doing those videos. I was doing them weekly for a while, but I just don't have enough comments, and I can't do a WIP and chat on Tuesdays and then turn around and do another WIP and chat on Saturday, to where I have to think about what am I going to say, and you guys are going to be bored if I keep talking about myself and what we're doing as a family and that kind of thing. I'm not doing that twice a week. So that's what I like to do. And I think you guys like that, reading comments. So I'm going to start working on that one. I don't know, like I said, if it's going to be this Saturday or next, but it's one of the two. I'm really wanting to get back into that project. That's another one I'd like to finish by the end of this year, because I'm ready to move on from that one and do another cross stitch conversion. But I'm not going to have two going at one time. I'm working on the one that I'm working on, and then I will think of another one. But I'm not working on anything else larger until this one is done on a particular project. I did include my month in review. I think I've already mentioned that. That was this past week. I did three videos this past week, and month in review was one of them. And then I did my WIP and chat, and then also my other video on my kit down and showing you my Josephine wall. I also have a small shop. Wasn't even a haul. I purchased from Angie's Sparkle Addiction, and my tray came in. So I'm going to show you that tray in just a couple of minutes when I get this color finished, so you can see how pretty that her trays are. And if you haven't purchased from Angie, I highly recommend it. She is in Canada, but she does ship to the US. As far as other countries, I don't know. You'd have to ask her, but I know she ships to the US because I've gotten a couple of trays from her. I definitely want to show you this beauty. Plus, I got a trash tray and a trinket tray. Here's my little card from her Sparkle Addiction art. I will put the link to her Etsy shop in there, but look how pretty that this is. I'm going to take, this is my little trashy tray. Look how pretty the flowers are. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's a resin tray, so it's always going to look different, but this has a light, and if I just flip it on here, I can't do it and look at the camera. It's pretty beautiful. You're probably not going to be able to see this, but it lights up. See how you can see kind of through there? It lights up. It's getting the reflection, so you probably can't see that very well. But it also has a trash tray that this has a magnet inside, and there's a magnet on the back. And you can just put this here. And my trash tray is right there. I can just put my little trash drills in there. Turn this off. I don't want to waste my battery. But I just love all the flowers and the purple. Just stunning. And then she also has glitter inside. I don't know if you can see that either, but there's some glitter through there, which love my glitter, love my bling. And then I have this little tray that she gave me. This tray is like a trinket tray. You can use it for diamond painting. It's a heart. You can use it for diamond painting, or you can use it for anything else. I tend to put earrings in here. Paige had one, so I borrowed hers. Put some earrings in here. Whenever I get home from work, I like to just take my earrings off. And I have this right there on my dresser. And so I can put my earrings in there or whatever I want to. But I just thought that was so pretty and wanted to show you guys my new tray. So thank you so much, Angie. And also I did a survey on my channel and thought you guys would be interested in the survey. Let me get another color. Let's do a lowercase f, which is on my second row here. On the survey, I had asked, what is your favorite type of drills? And honestly, I was surprised at the results. I thought that it would have been flipped. So there were 134 of you that participated. So thanks so much for your participation. And out of 134 of you, 49% said that they prefer square drills. And I thought that it would be that most people would actually prefer rounds, but it's squares. And then 21% preferred rounds, and then 28% said there was no preference. So the no preference was actually higher than round drills. So I don't know, I just found that to be very interesting. And I really like doing surveys. So let me know if you would like to see more surveys in the future. I have a few that I want to put out there. Thought that would be a lot of fun. It also is nice to have some community, I think. And Molly's outside. She is barking at a squirrel. I don't even have to look. That is her squirrel bark, which is kind of weird, but she has different barks for different things. And it drives her crazy when she sees squirrels that are playing, they're, chasing each other or whatever, and she wants to play with them. They, of course, run in the tree, and she tries her best to climb a tree. One of these days, I'm going to look out there, won't be able to find her, and she's going to be halfway up the tree. Somehow, she'll figure it out. Kind of luck that we have. There's a lot of browns in this one. Let's see. That's really all I have for what's upcoming for the week. Don't really have anything else going on in our neck of the woods for the week. My husband took off last week for a week just to get some things done. He got quite a bit done. He wanted to get a couple of other things, but he rested a lot, which he definitely needed. Let's see what other color. Let's go with the less ensign is what I call it, or a half moon. I call this a less ensign. But he was rested up, went back to work, was extremely busy on his first day back. And I am recording this on Tuesday, very early Tuesday morning. Normally, I like to record either on Sundays afternoon or on Monday morning. But I was so busy yesterday with work that I just could not stop and break away to do a video. And I thought, well, I can go ahead and I can do a video early on Tuesday morning and I can get it out to you guys. So I don't usually like doing that because, just in case that we have internet problems or something else comes up and I get super busy and I can't do my video, I really need to start dedicating Sunday afternoons to do at least my WIP and chat. But a lot of times on Sunday, I have things going on. This past Sunday, I was an online host for church, and that runs from like 8 o'clock on Sunday morning until 12:30 or so on Sunday afternoon. And then I had other things to do and just did not get around to it. And I love doing my WIP and chats. So I wanted to go ahead, take time this morning and get those done. So he did go into work yesterday and he had a lot to do. He came home just dragging because he was so tired. Paige and I ended up going to the store yesterday. My husband did stop by Costco on the way home, and that, for those of you that aren't aware, it's like a big warehouse. You have to have a membership to get in, and you basically, it's no frills. You basically purchase in bulk there. And so there's certain things that we just like to buy there, and we were out of water and some sparkling water that we like. And so he decided to stop by, and we were out of a couple other things. And so he came home and I was helping him unload his car, and I grabbed the paper plates that he bought, and I just looked at him and shook my head. I'm like, do you realize these are not paper plates? And he said, I know, it's all they had. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They didn't have any paper plates at all. And he said that they had them on pallets, but they hadn't put them out yet. And they were like on a forklift waiting for someone to put the pallets down. And he just went ahead and got these. I'm like, well, I think I would have waited. But he got these paper, they're platters. I'm like, these are platters, right? That you put like food on for picnics or things. And so he just died out laughing. It's like, yeah, I'm well aware. So now we're going to be eating, I guess, fancy off of platters that are huge. And thank goodness he just bought one pack. But that one pack's going to last us a long time. So next time that he goes or we go, I'm going to make sure that I get some paper plates, and I'll just put those up for whatever. I can use those for serving for my card group when they come over. When we do appetizers or whatever, I'll just use those as serving plates because they are serving platters. So I thought that was kind of funny. We don't always use paper plates, but we like to, like on the weekends, just so I don't have to do as much in the kitchen. And if we're going to eat a sandwich or something, we'll use paper plates sometimes. And then also we use paper napkins like crazy. And every time that we get the paper napkins, I always think of my dad, because for a long time, my dad was a paper napkin slob. He was a paper napkin snob. He did not like using paper napkins at all. He was totally against paper napkins. He wanted cloth every night for dinner. Now, he would use paper napkins for lunch if it was a sandwich or something. But if it was anything else, he wanted his napkins, his cloth napkins. Well, then, as he got older, he didn't even change this until he was like in his 60s or so. He decided that paper napkins weren't so bad because it was less that you had to laundry. And then he started using paper napkins. But every time that they would come over for dinner at our house, when they would come visit, I had to run out and buy some cloth napkins because we didn't use them. And so I just thought that was really funny. We have these huge napkins, this huge container of paper napkins now, and he would have gone for it as he got older, but it was just really funny that when they would come visit, it's like, nope, I had to run out and buy some cloth napkins because we didn't have any. And my husband even made a comment yesterday. He's like, they had some cloth napkins. I thought about buying some just for nostalgia. I'm like, no, please don't, because I have enough laundry here. And he would even have his cloth napkins ironed. He didn't do it, but he had someone for years and years that would come in and clean, and she would do laundry and everything. And she would actually iron their cloth napkins, which I thought was hilarious. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. My dad was never like that, but all of a sudden, he just decided that he had to have everything so. That went on for a long time. Like, it's a good thing that you're okay with coming to our house, and we are not going to iron our cloth napkins. I'll go buy some napkins for you, but they're not going to be ironed. I can't even tell you the last time that I did iron. When we did need the iron, it took me forever to find it. I mean, that's how bad it is. All right, I've got 4 more. I want to finish this section with you guys because I never do that. Let's see. It's almost done. This little section over here has some teas at the bottom. I do have to get Paige up pretty soon, so I may not be able to finish this. I have to get Paige up because she has work today. And I'll have to take her and then come back in 3 hours. Well, I'll take her, then I come home, and then I have to go back and get her. I don't stay there for 3 hours. There's no way. I have way too much to do for that. Got a lot to do today. Summer term is more laid back than most of our other terms, than spring or definitely fall. But it's still a lot of work because it's a very short time period. I'm also working on my fall classes. Thank goodness we don't have any book changes for this term, this upcoming semester. I have 2 more classes than what I normally do, so that's going to be crazy. I do have some grading I've got to do today. I'm trying to stay caught up on all of that. This plastic, I need to move it over some. It's not staying. And I'm not using a cover minder today. I need to get a dragon cover minder. That would be kind of cute. Okay, let me go with an umbrella. Umbrella is blue. Thinking of umbrellas, we've had some really bad storms here. One, we were sleeping so good, and it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and it started raining, pouring down. The wind picked up, woke us all up. It was really bad. Molly was on top of me. The cat was on my head. I thought we were going to have a cat and dog fight. And then we were all right here, right in the middle of all of it. But both of the fur babies were good. They didn't try to antagonize each other. Salem is finally warming up to Molly. Molly will be 4 in September. We've had her since she was 3 months old. The cat is 9. And she is just now starting to warm up to the dog. She really liked Zoe. They were good buddies. But Zoe was a smaller dog, and she was not rambunctious, whereas Molly is always on the go. So our cat's not real crazy about that. But now Salem is liking to play with Molly's tail because she's a collie and she has a real long bushy tail, and Salem just loves it, the cat. So when Molly wags her tail, tail goes, back and forth. Salem tries to grab it, and Molly just ignores her. So I'm sure she feels it. But Molly's a really good sport. She's not going to hurt anybody. She just lets her do whatever she wants to. But there wasn't any fights during all of our storms we've had lately, which I'm really glad, because the storms were scary enough not to have to worry about the animals being all worried and upset and then getting into it. We haven't had any damage. We had a couple of limbs that we lost, but nothing to the point of any problems. It's supposed to rain again today, though, so we'll see. I don't think I have any more 3s. You have one more 3. There's just a handful of drills in this section that are not color blocking, and I am fine with that. I didn't mention this also has 100 colors in this kit. C, D, E, F. Okay, here's F. I only needed 3, and I just dumped quite a few. And these are the fairy dust drills, sparkle drills. I really like this green. This is 701. I don't think I have any more. It's one more F there. I really like this color. It's very bright. I am going to order some more special drills from Tmall, diamond painting with sparklers, for some upcoming projects. I think I'm going to call it good. I am so close to finishing this one, though, over here. I really don't have anything else to go over with you guys, but I think this turned out really pretty. My next row, let's see what that's going to be. It's going to be a lot of color blocking again. And then the finish up of this little flower here. And then if you can see this section that's right through there, that is the top of the head of the summer dragon. So I'm getting into summer. Yay. And I think each one has approximately, the way that I have my rows set up, I think they have approximately 7 rows for each of these. So maybe I'll be able to finish summer before the end of summer, and I will be moving on to fall. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button, as well as include an emoji at the bottom. If there is a watering can, use that, or a flower. If not, then include even just a hi, something that I know that you're here. Of course, that's not a requirement. I am just excited that you guys enjoy watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you as part of our friends and family here at the Crafty Diamond. And also, if you have not joined my Facebook group, that information is below as well. I do have a member-only section that you can join just for some additional perks if you would like to. Have a great day, and until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye!